Hi once again, everybody. Thought I'd put my face into one of these videos. Not sure why, but just to say that I'm here. Hope everybody's well while in isolation or quarantine. What I want to do is every so often I want to give out some birthday shout outs. So just for people who we've missed. So happy belated to Jamie. Birthday was at the end of March. Happy belated to Marco, whose birthday was a few days ago. And then we have a couple more coming up in the next week or so. So another week of exciting math. Okay, so we're gonna continue with 5.3 today, which is collecting data. Okay, let's get this focused. Okay, collecting data. Okay, so we have two types of okay, so first two types of experiments in order to collect data. Come here, Coco. Of course, my dog has to be right beside me. Okay, so two types, observational and experimental. Okay, so observational is exactly what it is when you observe a experiment or you're doing observations. You're not actually recording any information. Whereas an experiment is an actual experiment where you're actually doing experiments and collecting data. Okay, so observational, you are looking at situations that are already occurring, whereas experiment, you are controlling what's going on. Okay. So observational, so example is, okay, see people who study versus those who don't and look at their marks. Okay, so you're not controlling anything, you're just observing what it is. Okay. So we're looking at people who study versus don't and see what their marks are. Okay, something experiment is something you would do in like biology class or chemistry class or physics, where you are controlling certain things. So you control the amount of time of, say, studying. So that would be the difference between these two. So you would say, okay, you're only allowed to study for an hour. Some people are allowed to study for 2 hours. Some aren't allowed to study at all. So you would be controlling the study time, but this would be just happening naturally. Okay. So in an experiment, you want 3 factors to occur. Sorry, almost lost my book there. Okay, you want a few things to occur. Okay, you want to be control as many aspects as possible. Okay, in an experiment. Okay, then we have randomization. So that subjects have to be chosen at random to eliminate bias. Okay, so that's kind of like doing sampling, which we did. So make sure we get a fair amount of people. Okay, and replication, you should do, anytime you do an experiment, you should be able to do it over and over again using similar sample groups. So you want to replicate the experiment, because if you do one experiment, maybe you made a mistake and you get a certain results. So you want to make sure that you do the experiment over and over again to see if the results are the same every time or similar. Okay. I'll tell you a little story. You probably heard about some of this stuff on what did I say, on the radio. They're like, oh, something pharmaceutical is giving money to people to go into the experiments. You could earn up to $4,000 if you're a healthy male or female between the ages of 18 and 55. Okay, so what happens? So these are people who are usually studying drugs. Okay, so drugs or pills or whatever it might be, so they want to see the effects. So a lot of these times they you go in. So I know I had a friend who used to do this. He used to go and do the experiments and collect money for it. I also know someone, a friend's mother used to do this as well, just for extra money. I don't recommend it, by the way. So it's you go in and they might give you a pill, and it might be for like blood pressure, or it might be for headaches, it might be for sleeping, and whatever it is. So they'll actually keep you there because they want to control as many aspects as possible. So they might give you the pill and see what the effects are. So my friend's brother did this, where he went in to do one. Sorry, just a short story. This was when I was in Australia, and he went in and they were experimenting with sleeping pills. So a sleeping pill that would help you sleep at night, and how long would the effects happen. So he went in on a Friday, they gave him the pill, and he didn't wake up till Monday. So you end up sleeping for like 3 days straight in doing this experiment. So that's why I do not recommend it. So that would be pretty freaky. So obviously the drug company would have to change the doses. Instead of making a person sleep for 3 days, you want them for maybe 8 hours. Okay, and then this is obviously random. Okay, and you want to keep doing it. So if you're doing a drug, you want to make sure that it has the same effect on everybody. So you want to keep replicating. So maybe one person sleeps for 8 hours, maybe one person 7 hours, one's 9, but you don't want to have one person who can sleep for 8 and another person using the pill sleeps for 24, right? So you want to make sure the replication's there. Okay, so in experiments, you want a control group. Okay, that's the participants that do not receive any of the treatment. We'll go back here. Okay, then we have the treatment group is the ones that actually do the treatment. So just to talk about these two, so sometimes, a lot of times, researchers or scientists will say, we're going to give you a pill that's going to affect your headache or something, what it is, or it does something to you, right? So what happens, they give all the people in the groups this pill to say, let's say for sleeping. So some of them, the control group, they'll give them a pill, but it actually is called a sugar pill. So it doesn't actually have anything in it. The person thinks that they're receiving something. So they're the control group. Okay, they're not actually getting I guess, the chemical that's going to make them sleep. So they get something called a sugar pill. It's just a pill that has nothing to do with it, but that's the control group. And then they give people, the treatment group would be the ones who actually take the sleeping pill, and they want to make sure to see the effects. Okay, so control group, they'll probably do everything the same, but did this change the treatment? Excuse me. What else? Okay, bias. When you're doing experiments, you want to make sure you eliminate bias. So that's a prejudice against an idea or not. We're going to touch more on bias, I believe, in 5.4 or 5.5. Okay, so let's go through these questions here. Number 1, a researcher interviews people as they leave the gym and finds that they get fewer colds compared to people that do not. Is this observational or experimental? And why? Okay, so this one would be observational because they're not controlling anything. They're just looking or interviewing people that go to the gym. Okay, they're not actually measuring anything. They're just observing. Okay, so they're observational since no variables were controlled. Okay, what could it be done to make it the other? So what can we do now to change it from observational into experimental? So to do that, you would have to control something. So what can you control with a person going to the gym? So maybe you control the amount of time they work out. Right? Maybe they're only allowed to work out for a half hour or an hour or 2 hours. You could also control how. Oh my goodness! Oh, my dog just knocked my book off the. Okay, maybe you could control what days they go work out. So maybe they're not allowed to work out every day, they work out every other day. Okay, maybe you could also control what they eat, stuff like that. Okay, so control the number of times they work out, what times they work out, what exercises as well, or some of the things you can control. Sorry, just 1 second. Okay, number 2, a botanist is studying the effects of acidity on rate of growth. Okay, so acidity would be the acid in the soil. So, so you want to measure the pH. So certain plants or trees grow in soils that are a little bit more acidic. So some thrive in them, where some do not. So she grows one group of plants using water with neutral pH. Okay, so neutral. So we have a neutral pH. And then, so when you get higher on the pH scale, it becomes more basic. And as where you get lower on the pH scale, it becomes more acidic. A strong acid and a strong base are just as, they affect you just as bad. Okay, so like a strong acid would be something like battery acid, very dangerous and could definitely kill you or scar you or eat through your skin. There are some bases that are very bad for you as well, that are in your, I guess, household items. So bleach, if you kept your hand in bleach, that'd be damaging to your skin. It would eat through it. um that stuff that's called like Drano that goes down your sink into your drains, if it's clogged, that stuff is a very strong base. So how what it does to actually clear the pipes, it actually eats away through whatever's stuck. So that's what it does. Okay, so she grows each group, other group, using water with increasing acid pH levels. Okay, which are the control and experimental groups? Okay, so the control group, so that doesn't receive any special treatment. So those would be the ones with the neutral pH, because that would be just standard. Okay, so water, neutral pH, nothing's happening out of the ordinary. The experimental groups would be the ones that are increasing acid. Okay, so maybe one gets why am I drawing blank on the pH scale? Is it 0 to 16 or 0 to 14? Sorry guys, this is early morning for me. 1 second. Look at my computer here. And of course, my computer's not working. Zero to 14, right? Yeah, so the pH is 0 to 14. So this one, neutral pH, will be pH 7. And then we get ones with increasing acid levels. So it'd be like, say, having one at 6.9, 6.7, 6.5, 6.3, 6, and so on. Okay, so the answer is there. Okay, so why are different groups of plants used just instead of one plant? So this is part with replication. So we want to be able to repeat this. So we want replication. So we want many plants. If you just put one plant in each level, there could be something wrong with the plant or the seed or whatever the case is. So just in case of any defects, we want to make sure we have multiple plants, so to see that our results are the same for all of them. Okay, so that's there as well. Okay, now the last one we're going through is page 215, number 2. And then we'll get to the homework. So page 215, number 2. Okay. So this is going down through bias. So we're going to go through this. This is a survey sheet. So we're just going to identify what is wrong with them. Okay. So we have our name. So there's an issue with the name. You shouldn't, if you're filling out a survey, you shouldn't have your name on it. It should be anonymous. Okay. So that's one mistake there. Okay, then we're looking here. Let's go through each of them. We have ages here, 10 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 17, and over 18. Okay, so when you first glance, doesn't seem anything wrong with it, especially if you're measuring people in high school or middle school. But if you look at the ranges we have here, so this one has a range of 2, this one has a range of 4, a range of 1, and then lots of ages. This one's fine. But what happens is the intervals are completely different. So that's going to result in more results being here because there's 4 age groups, whereas these ones have 1 and 2. So when you're doing a survey, if you do your age, you make sure they're evenly spaced. So say 10 to 12, 12 to 14, 14 to 18, and then over 18. Okay. Okay, gender, I don't think there's any problem with that one. So next one, number 1, would you like to have the freedom to use your cell phone in class, or would you rather be alone with no communication? Okay, so we want to identify what is wrong with this question. Okay, well, this is called a leading question. So the problem with this is it makes you answer a certain way. So for here, it says, would you rather be alone with no communication? So right there, this part of the question is going to tell you, well, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to have any communication. So yes, I do want my cell phone. Okay. When you're having a question, this should not be there. So it should just be, would you like to, or the freedom. That's the other one. Oh, I want freedom. I want freedom. I don't want to be alone, and I want to be communicated. So definitely I want the cell phones. What the question should say is, should cell phones in your class be allowed or not? That's it. Would you want your cell phone in class? Yes or no? Okay, so this other parts of the question should not be in there because it skews the results because it makes you answer a certain way. You'll probably answer anyways that you want cell phones, but you don't want to include freedom, alone communication there. Okay, number 2, which of the following is your favorite subject? Okay, so let's go through math, English, or drama. Well, obviously, here there aren't many options. They only have 3 of them. So some people might like phys ed, and they might like, say, history or wood shop or whatever it is. So when you're doing subjects, you could probably just leave it blank and say what is it, and then people could fill it in, or list out multiple ones and then include a category that says other, so one that maybe not be listed there. Okay, so make sure that you're able to include all options, or leave it just a blank says other so people could fill it in. Number 3, do you think it's important for students to attend church? Yes or no? There's nothing really wrong with the question. It's just the fact, well, there is. One is not all religious denominations go to church. Some people go to mosques, some go to temples, and then we have churches as well. So there's different religious denominations and different, I want to say, venues that they go to. So church, temple, mosque, and so on. So that would be the one issue there, because not everyone attends church. But the second thing is, usually religion is a very touchy subject for certain people. So I would probably not put that into a survey. Okay. Number 4, how do you like the new cafeteria menu? Pretty good, good, great, fantastic, and awesome. Okay, so, oh boy, we know all about our cafeteria. So obviously this only provides good results or options. So you definitely should have something that says good, somewhat good, poor, awful. Okay, so different categories or options there that include all the different ranges of opinions. And the last one, this one's a little bit tricky. How do you like the new school logo and mascots at the school? You like them or you do not like them? Okay, so the issue with this one, it's not it. The issue is they're asking 2 questions in one. So they're asking about the school logo and they're asking about the mascot. Okay, so you shouldn't be asking 2 things in one question. So this should have been separated. So it should be one question that says, um, "Do you like the new school logo?" And then another question that says, "Do you like the mascot?" Okay, because you could like one of them but not the other. So that doesn't give you the option. I like the logo, but I do not like the mascot. So that's why you want to separate it into 2 different questions. Okay. And then the other, maybe another option here. So you like and you do not, you could be something that says a neutral here. All right, so that is the lesson 5.3 today. As I told you before, this chapter has has no math or very little math. So your homework is here. So page 219, 1 to 5, 6A, B, C, and 12. Okay, that is the lesson for today. I will try to post maybe one tomorrow so you can have it done for Friday so you have nothing over the weekend. I'll try my best. But obviously I'll have one by Friday at the latest. Okay, well, we'll check you guys later. Bye.